its very nature, divorce in the United States tends to be combative. The family court system is set up in a way that breeds conflict between spouses, even when they're doing everything they can to part amicably. Wendy Paris, author of the book Splitopia, Dispatches from Today's Good Divorce and How to Part Well, said that in her own divorce, her and her husband's friends seemed to unintentionally stoke animosity between them. That experience piqued her interest in the many societal and psychological factors that prevent healthy divorces.
I started to do some research to figure out why did they think this. And what I discovered was divorce has changed dramatically in the past 40 years for a lot of people due to no-fault divorce laws and then other types of legal structures that have come up in the wake of that due to changes in society, such as the involvement of fathers, much more so than in the 1970s when divorce rates really began to rise. Women are working. The typical family is very diverse. So my parents divorced when I was 5. It wasn't a horrible thing, but the world I stepped out into and that they stepped out into was so different than what it looks like today.
Paris runs the website Splitopia.com, which offers tips and resources to help couples resist the negative influences that cause divorce to get contentious. She says a big key to making it through the process is developing a solid sense of self-compassion.
One of the most interesting studies about recuperation after divorce looked at what are the traits or the characteristics or the factors that lead to people recuperating well and moving on. And self-compassion turned out to be the most important trait for people who want to get through a divorce and get on with their lives. And self-compassion is not a fixed trait. It's something you can build, and it's not necessarily what people think about. You know, when you're going to get divorced, you think, I got to look out for my money, or I got to make sure he doesn't get more hours than I do with our child. But really, if you can step back and try to develop self-compassion, you have a much better shot at taking care of yourself and then taking care of the people in your family.
To read more of Wendy's work or order her book, visit her website at Splitopia.com. You can also find many articles with tips on how to make it through the divorce process amicably on DadsDivorce.com. That'll do it for another episode. I'm Sean Garrison, editor of DadsDivorce.com. Thank you for watching.